Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. I am Neha Rajvanshi and I welcome you all in today's class, that is English class of class 9th. So students, in today's video we will start reading with our next poem from the book Beehive. This is poem number 8 and the name of the poem is On Killing a Tree, and this poem is written by Mr. Jeev Patel. So he is the poet of this poem. So students, the name of the poem is On Killing a Tree. So in this poem we will read about killing a tree, and this is a poem that is having a very great, very big message for all of us. So this poem is actually very inspirational poem. So let's start reading the poem. So first of all, before you read, so before starting the poem, let's get some idea about the poem. You must have observed people cutting down trees. So this is a very common scene that we all have seen somewhere, that some people are there and they are cutting down the trees. But can they kill a tree? But the question is that human beings, are they able to kill a tree? It means the poet is trying to say that cutting a tree and killing a tree, they are two different things. We human beings, we can cut a tree very easily, right? But we cannot kill a tree. Next is it easy to do so? Next question is that killing a tree, is it a very easy task? Let's read the poem and find out what the poet says on killing a tree. So now, to get all the answers, just read the poem and then only you will find out that what the poet is having on this thing, that is killing a tree. So let's read the poem. So these are the opening lines of the poem. So let's read the lines first. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth. So in these opening lines of the poem, the poet is saying that it takes much time to kill a tree. It means if we want to kill a tree, then it is really a very time consuming task, because we will need a lot of time. We will need so many years to kill a tree. Next, poet is saying that not a simple jab of the knife will do it. So what jab means, let's see that first. Jab is the sudden rough blow. Okay, so if we are trying to kill a tree with the help of knife, or we can say any other sharp object, okay, and we are just taking sudden rough blows on the trees, so this is not at all enough to kill a tree, because this thing is not at all able to kill a tree. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth. Now next, the poet is presenting, he is describing the process, that how finally a fully developed tree grows. So poet is saying that it means a big, a fully developed tree. So poet is saying that a tree has grown slowly, consuming the earth. So what consuming means? Consume means to absorb. Okay, so that thing we all have read, right, कि जो trees होते हैं वो क्या करते हैं, they get their nourishment, they get all the nutrients from the soil, from the ground. Okay, so the poet is saying the same thing. He is saying that a tree takes so much time, a tree takes so many years to grow into a fully developed trees, and they consume, they absorb all the nutrients from the soil, from the ground. Okay, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous height sprouting leaves. So now the poet, he is continuing with the same idea here. So he is saying, first of all, the tree, they needed the nourishment, the nutrients, so we can say the water from the soil. After that, they started rising out of it, and then they started feeding upon its crust. So what crust means? Crust is the hard layer of earth. Okay, and then they absorb years of sunlight, air, and water. So what it means? It means first of all, tree, they needed nourishment, or we can say water from the earth. Apart from that, they need sunlight, they need air, they need water to grow. Okay, and we all know this thing, this is the process of photosynthesis, and the poet is talking about the same thing here. So he is saying that this is the process, right, and after completing this process, finally a plant, it grows slowly, gradually, right, and finally it turns into a fully grown, fully developed trees. Okay, and they actually take so much time, they actually take so many years for this, and out of its leprous hide sprouting leaves. And then क्या होता है उसके बाद में, out of its leprous hide. So let's understand the words first. What leprous hide means? Leprous hide is the discolored bark. Hide means skin and leprous means discolored. So students, actually leprous in this picture you can see it is a kind of skin disease, right? So this is a hand of a person who is having this disease that is known as leprosy, and in this disease we can see here some patches are there, okay, some colored patches are there, somewhere it is of a light brown color, somewhere it is of dark brown color. So this kind of patches can be seen on the skin of a person who is having this disease that is known as leprosy. So here the poet is presenting one comparison, and he is saying, he is talking about the skin of the trees, or we can say tree trunk, okay. So हम सब ने tree trunk देखा है. In this picture you all can see this is a tree trunk. So we can see the tree trunk, it looks just similar to a person who is suffering from this disease that is known as leprosy. So poet is saying that from its leprous height, it means from the tree trunk क्या होता है, sprouting leaves. Sprout means to grow. So finally जो leaves होती हैं वो grow होना start हो जाती हैं, और इसी तरह से जो वो एक छोटा सा plant है वो धीरे धीरे grow होके एक fully developed tree में convert हो जाता है, okay. So now let's understand the lines one more time. So first of all the poet is saying that if you actually want to kill a tree, then it is a very time consuming task, you will need a lot of time. Next is poet is saying that if you think that only a simple jab of the knife is enough to kill a tree, then let me clear all your doubts, let me tell you that it will not happen, because जो tree होते हैं वो finally एक पूरी process को complete करके वो grow होते हैं. So next he is presenting the process. So the poet is saying that जो tree होते हैं वो बहुत ही slowly, बहुत ही gradually, धीरे धीरे grow होते हैं, and for that they consume the earth, they take all the nutrients, they take all the nourishment and water from the earth, right? So in this picture we can see one person, he is cutting a tree with the help of one axe, so we can see with the help of any sharp object, but he can cut the tree but he won't be able to kill a tree, right? So to cut a tree and to kill a tree, they are totally different things. So we human beings, we are able to cut a tree, yes, we can cut a tree with any knife, with any axe or any sharp object, but that thing is not enough to kill a tree, because trees, they actually take a lot of time, they actually take so many years to turn into a fully developed trees, and they follow a process that is a very slow process, and in that process they consume the soil, they consume nourishment, they consume nutrients from the soil, from the earth, and then they started rising out of it, and then they started feeding upon the outer layer of the earth, and they absorb so many sunlight, air and water, and that too for so many years. So this is the process, and after completing this process, finally a little plant, it turns into a fully developed trees, and then we can see some leaves are growing, some leaves are sprouting. कहाँ से? जो leprous hide है tree का, वहाँ से. And what leprous hide means, now we all know. Leprous hide is means the trunk, tree trunk is regarded as leprous hide. Why? Hide means skin. So जो tree की skin होती है, और we can say जो bark है tree की, right, वो भी कैसी होती है? It is also discolored. So in this picture we can see जो tree trunk होता है, that is also discolored, just like a person who is suffering from leprosy. So poet is presenting one comparison here, and he is comparing the tree trunk with a person who is suffering from a disease that is known as a leprosy. So poet is saying leprous hide here. Clear? Now we can see some of the literary devices here. First let's find out if there is any rhyme scheme. So let's see the sounds. First sound is tree, second is knife, next is grown, next is earth. So students, are you able to see any particular rhythm or any particular rhyme scheme here? Tree, knife, grown, earth? No, not at all. All the words are having totally different sounds. So what it means? It means the poem is an example of free verse. So what free verse means? Free verse means the poetry or the poems that are having no particular rhythm, that are having no particular rhyme scheme. So this poem is also example of free verse. Clear? Because there is no rhyme scheme, there is no rhythm in the poem. And here we can say the literary device, that is metaphor. So what metaphor means? Metaphor is a kind of comparison, and in that comparison the poets, they don't use words like and as. So without using like and as, when there is one comparison, so that comparison is known as a metaphor. And here we can see comparison, leprous hide, because tree trunk, it is compared with a person who is suffering from leprosy, and the poet is using leprous hide to present tree trunk. So this is a comparison, and this comparison is known as metaphor. Clear? One more literary device we can see here, that is enjambment. So what enjambment means? Enjambment, again, it is a kind of literary device, it is a poetic device where the same sentence continues to the next line without any pause, without any punctuation mark. So we can see here feeding, observing, after these words there is no pause, there is no punctuation mark, and the same sentence continues to the next and next line. So this is the example of enjambment. Clear? Next, so hack and chop, but this alone won't do it, not so much pain will do it, the bleeding bark will heal and from close to the ground. So now poet is saying that so hack and chop. So poet is saying in these lines that if you are cutting a tree, so it's okay, you can hack and you can chop. So what hack means? Hack means cut roughly by heavy blows. So poet is saying that if you are cutting a tree, okay, you can cut a tree, you can hack a tree, you can chop a tree, but this alone won't do it. But this thing can cut a tree, but just remember, this thing is not at all enough to kill a tree. So again the poet is repeating the same idea. Poet is saying that we human beings, we are able to cut a tree, we can cut a tree, we can hack a tree, we can chop a tree, but still we human beings, we are not able to kill a tree, because cutting a tree is not at all enough to kill a tree. Not so much pain will do it. Next poet is saying that if you are cutting a tree, then also you won't be able to cause a lot of pain to the tree. So here poet actually again he is presenting a kind of comparison here, and he is saying that as we human beings, we feel pain when there is some wound on our body. Okay, similarly when we are cutting the tree, so the trees, they also feel the pain, but we human beings, we are not able to cause a lot of pain to the trees. The bleeding bark will heal, but actually में होता क्या है? The bleeding bark, it will heal again. So what heal means? Heal means to recover. Okay, so जब bleeding bark होती है, it recovers again. So what bleeding bark means? Let's understand this. So bleeding bark we all know tree trunk, or we can say skin of the tree. So why poet is using bleeding bark? Because obviously जो trees है उनमें से blood तो नहीं आएगा, right? So what bleeding bark means? So in this picture you can see in trees there is a kind of liquid, there is a kind of fluid that is known as a sap. Okay, so when we human beings, when we bleeds, when there is a wound or there is a cut on our body, similarly when we cut the tree, so this liquid that is known as sap, that liquid, that fluid that is their tree, so it starts to flow out. So this thing is referred as a bleeding bark here by the poet. Clear? So again poet is presenting one comparison. He is saying that as we human beings, we feel pain, right, when there is a wound on our body and we start bleeding. Similarly when we are cutting the trees, when we cut the trees, so trees, they also feel pain, right, and they also starts to bleed, but obviously blood is not there, but this substance, this liquid that is known as sap, that liquid is there, that flows out, but that liquid, that thing is referred as a bleeding bark here. But the poet is saying that we human beings, we are not able to cause a lot of pain to the tree, and the bleeding bark of the tree, right, वो जो ट्री ट्रंक है जहाँ पे कट लगा है, जहाँ पे हमने ह्यूमन बींग्स ने ट्री को कट कर दिया है, सो डैट वुंड विल हील अगेन, डैट वुंड विल रिकवर अगेन एंड फ्रॉम क्लोज टू द ग्राउंड, एंड आफ्टर हीलिंग, आफ्टर रिकवरिंग, वी कैन सी that from close to the ground, what happens, will rise curled green twigs. So what curled green twigs means, in this picture we can see. So poet is saying that if you are cutting a tree, okay, so you can, right, this is true, but then also you won't be able to kill a tree, because that wood, it will recover again. Why? Because this is the power of nature. Nature is so powerful that it can heal again, it can recover again, and after some time we can see that some curled green twigs are there, they started rising. So in this picture we can also see this is a tree trunk, a tree that is cut down, but now we can see some green twigs that are curled, actually they started to rise. It means the tree, it is still alive. After cutting a tree, the tree is not at all dead, it is alive and it can regrow again, because that wound, it can heal, it will recover again, and then the tree, it will regrow again. Miniature bows. So first of all तो क्या होता है, बहुत ही छोटी छोटी सी ग्रीन कलर की जो लीव्स होती हैं, they started to rise. After that miniature bows. Miniature means tiny or small, and bows means branches, and after that we can see some small branches that started to rise from the tree, and which if unchecked will expand again to formal size. And if we want to check, right, if we want keep one eye on that tree, then after some time we will find that the tree, it will expand again to formal size. जो साइज ट्री का पहले था, राइट, फिर से वही साइज हो जाएगा. कुछ टाइम बाद वो ट्री जो है, it will heal the wound, it will recover from the wound, and then it will again start to regrow again, it will regrow, and that too its formal size. जो इसका पहले साइज था, वो अगेन उस साइज से कि वो ट्री फिर से ग्रो हो जाएगा. So now the poet is actually explaining this thing, that why cutting a tree is totally different from killing a tree, because we human being, we can cut a tree with the help of any sharp object, with the help of a knife or axe, but that tree is having the power to regrow again. It will heal from that wound, it will recover from that wound, and then it will regrow, because nature is so much powerful, it is having the capacity, it is having the power to regrow again. Okay, so if we cut a tree, then also the tree is alive, so it can regrow again to its formal size. Clear? So poet is saying these things also. So he is saying that you can hack, you can chop, but this is not at all enough to kill a tree, because we human beings, we are not able to cause a lot of pain to the trees, and the bleeding bark of the tree, it will recover, it will heal again. Okay, so now I am very much sure that this word bleeding bark, it is clear to you all. And again, this is an example of metaphor. Metaphor means, we have read earlier, it's a kind of comparison. So here the poet is presenting this comparison, right? जो sap substance है, that we can see in this picture, so that substance is compared with the blood of human beings. Okay, so this is a kind of metaphor. And again, one more literary device is here, that is alliteration. So what alliteration means? Alliteration means repetition of the same consonant sound. Okay, so bleeding and bark, we can see repetition of the same consonant sound. So this is the example of alliteration. Clear? So poet is saying that the bleeding bark of the tree, it will heal again, it will recover again, and then we will see that from near close to the ground, the tiny green color twigs, they started to grow, and after some time we can see tiny branches also. And if we want to check the tree again, then after some time we will find that the tree, it will expand, it will grow to its formal size again, right? Next, no, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be robbed, tied and pulled out, snapped out or pulled out entirely. So now in this stanza, now the poet is presenting the solution of this thing, that how can we actually kill a tree. So first of all, poet is saying no. So what this no means? No means, in the previous two stanzas the poet was having the same idea, that we human beings, we can cut a tree but we cannot kill a tree, right? So again he is using this word no just to lay the emphasis on this idea that we human beings, we cannot kill a tree. Next point is presenting the solution that if we actually want to kill a tree, then what should we do? So point is saying the root is to be pulled out. If you actually want to kill a tree, so for that you have to pull out the roots of the tree. अगर आप सब ट्री ट्रंक को कट कर रहे हो जो ग्राउंड के बाहर का पार्ट है, राइट, इफ यू आर जस्ट कटिंग द ट्री ट्रंक और आपको लग रहा है कि आपने ट्री को किल कर दिया है, सो दिस इज नॉट ट्रू. यू कैन कट अ ट्री बट यू कैन नॉट किलिंग अ ट्री एट ए टाइम. एंड इफ you actually want to kill a tree, then you have to pull out the roots of the tree, the roots that are there under the ground. You have to pull those roots out from the ground, out of the anchoring earth. So आपको उन roots को क्या करना है? Anchoring earth से बाहर pull करना है. So let's understand the word anchoring earth here. Anchoring earth means trees are held securely with the help of the roots in the earth. So students, let's see here. This is anchor, right? I am very much sure you all have seen. This is a anchor. This is a tool, and with the help of this tool, जो बड़े बड़े ships होते हैं, they are held securely. They are held very tightly with the bottom of the sea. Clear? So now here the poet is using this word anchor, and the poet is referring anchoring earth. It means जो roots होती हैं trees की that are there under the ground. So they are having the same role as of anchor because of the help of the roots. जो earth है, it is able to hold the tree very securely, very tightly, because जो roots होती है वो बहुत टाइम से, बहुत ईयर से दे आर अंडर द ग्राउंड ओनली, एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ द रूट्स द अर्थ इज होल्डिंग द ट्री वेरी सिक्योरली, वेरी टाइटली. इट इज टू बी रॉब्ड. सो इफ वी आर ट्राइंग टू पुलिंग द रूट्स आउट, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी हैव टू यूज अ रोप. वी हैव टू we have to rope the all the roots. We have to tie the roots with the help of a rope, and then we have to pull out the roots. Snapped out. Snapped out means chopped out or pulled out entirely. So we can use a rope. We can tie all the roots with the help of the rope. Then we have to pull out the roots, and if roots are there outside, then we have to chop. We have to cut the roots. Or one thing also we can do, we can pull out the roots entirely, completely. Clear? Out from the earth cave, and the strength of the tree exposed to the source white and wet, the most sensitive hidden 4 years inside the earth. So now poet is saying that we have to pull out the roots of the tree out from the earth cave. So what earth cave means? Earth cave means जो roots होती हैं they are under the earth, they are underground for so many years. Okay, so जब हम उन roots को बाहर pull out कर लेंगे, so वहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा? One empty space will be there. Clear? Like in this picture you can see this is the ground. Okay, one tree is there and these are the roots of that tree. So when we will pull out all the roots, then we can see that there will be one empty space. Clear? So this empty space is referred as a earth cave, because one kind of cavity will be there when we will pull out all the roots from here. So there will be one empty space, and that empty space is referred as a earth cave. So poet is trying to say that we have to pull out all the roots of the tree from the earth cave, and the strength of the tree exposed, and then the strength of the tree. So what is the strength of the tree? Roots. Roots are regarded as the strength of the tree. They are the source for the strength of the tree. So then जो strength है tree की, it will be exposed, and then the source wet and white. और जब हम roots को pull out करेंगे, then we will find that the roots they are of white color and they are wet. Why they are wet? Because continuously they are under the ground and they are getting water, they are getting all the nutrients from the soil, so they are wet. Okay, and they are of white color. Like in this picture we can see these are the roots of the tree and they are of white color and they are little bit of wet. The most sensitive hidden, and they are the most sensitive part. Yes, they are the source of the strength of the tree, but still they are most sensitive part of the tree, and actually they are hidden 4 years inside the earth. Okay, for so many years they are just there inside the earth, they are just there underground. Okay, and they are the source for the strength of the tree, but yet they are the most sensitive part of the tree. And when we pull out the roots, then the roots they are now exposed. Okay, because हमेशा वो अंदर रही है, underground रही है, but now they are outside, so it means they are exposed. Clear? One more time we can understand. So now here the poet, first of all, he is saying no, it means he is repeating the same idea here, and he is saying that cutting a tree is not at all enough to kill a tree. Next poet is presenting the solution, that how can we kill a tree. So he is saying that if you actually want to kill a tree, then the roots of the tree, you have to pull out those roots out from the anchoring earth, because with the help of the roots, the earth is holding the tree very tightly, very securely. So you just have to free the roots from the earth, that is like one of the anchor, and for that you can use rope, you can tie the roots with the help of a rope, and then you can pull out, and then you can cut out those roots, or you can pull out the roots entirely, completely. So here students, we can see pull out, pull out. This word is repeated twice, 2 times. So this is the example of repetition. Repetition is a kind of a literary device, it is a poetic device, we can say, and in this device we can see some repetition, and here we can see pull out, pull out. This word is repeated 2 times, twice. Why? And why the poets use this literary device, that is repetition, just to lay emphasis on the idea. So here the poet is repeating the word pull out, to emphasize on the idea that this is the only way to kill a tree. You have to pull out the roots. Why? Because roots are the most important, most sensitive, but these are the most the important part, that is actually the source of the strength of the tree. Clear? So now again he is saying the same thing, that you have to pull out the roots from the earth cave, and what earth cave means, that I have told you here. And again he is regarding roots as the strength of the tree, it is the source of the tree, and they are of white and color, and they are of little bit wet. So here we can see one more literary device, that is alliteration. Alliteration means repetition of the same consonant sound. So white and wet, white, wet, yes, they are having the same consonant sound. So this is the example of alliteration. And next poet is saying that roots, they are the most sensitive parts, and they are actually hidden inside the earth for so many years, for such a long time, and they are the source of strength. So if you actually want to kill a tree, then you have to expose the source of the strength, you have to pull out the source of the strength, you have to pull out the roots that are the most sensitive, yet the most important part, and the part that is always hidden under the ground. Clear? Next, then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. So this is the last stanza of the poem. These are the last concluding lines of the poem, and here the poet is saying that then the matter, then means when the roots of the trees, they are pulled out, now they are exposed. So now the matter, which matter the poet is talking about here? The matter of killing a tree, the issue that how can we kill a tree. So when we will be able to pull out the roots of the tree, then only this matter, this issue, this thing will be solved. Okay, and then the scorching and choking. So what scorching and choking means? It means to dry up. It means जब हम roots को बाहर pull out कर लेंगे, then the roots, they will not be able to get the water, they won't be able to get the nutrients from the soil, then slowly they will dry up. Okay, and now the roots, they are in the sun, they are having the sunlight, and now they are in the air, because the roots always they are inside the ground, always they are under the ground, but now we have pulled out those roots. So now those roots are exposed, now they are having the sunlight, and now they are having the air. Browning, and now slowly they are drying up. Okay, so now what is the color of the roots? Earlier we have read that it was of white color, but now when they started to dry, so gradually they are turning into brown color. Now they are hardening, now they are not at all soft, but they are becoming hard, they are becoming very stiff, and they are twisting. Why? Because they are drying up, there is lack of water, there is lack of nutrients, so now they are twisting and they are withering, they are drying up, and then finally this matter is done, then this is done, then we are successful in our task, that is to kill a tree. Okay, so now here poet is presenting the solution, he is presenting the way, and this is the only way to kill a tree. If we actually wanted to kill a tree, then we have to pull out the roots, because roots are the source of the strength, they are the most sensitive yet the most important part. And when we will pull out the roots, okay, and then the roots, they won't be able to get the water, they won't be able to have the nutrients from the soil, and then slowly gradually they will start to dry up, they will start to wither, they will turn into brown color, they will become very hard, and they will twist, they will wither, and finally जो tree है it will be killed. Then finally we will be able to kill a tree. Clear? So students, the poem ends here. I hope the poem is clear to you all the literary devices that we have discussed is clear to you all. But students, don't be confused that poet he is giving you one message that that how we can kill a tree. It is not at all like that, but with the help of this poem the poet is conveying this message that we should respect the nature, we should protect our trees, because trees, they are the most important part of our nature, they are the most important part of this environment. Okay, and as we human beings, we feel pain, we starts to bleed when there is a wound on our body. Similarly, when we cut a tree, the tree, they also feel pain. Okay, and this is the message that we should protect the tree, we should guard tree, and we should grow more and more trees. Okay, and never ever we should cut a tree. And poet is saying one thing also, that nature is very much powerful. If we are cutting a tree, then it doesn't mean that we are killing a tree, because the tree, it is still alive, and nature is very powerful, it has the power to regrow again, because tree, they can heal again, they can recover again, and then it will regrow to its former size one more time. But still we should never ever cut a tree, we should plant more trees, we should protect the tree. So this is the message that the poem is having. Okay, so I am very much sure that the message is also clear to you all, and in the next video we will see the comprehension part, we will solve the questions, but first of all we will see the summary of the poem one more time. So see you in the next video. Thank you.